Hey, how's it going, everyone? And welcome back to the Interdarshan Championship playthrough, where we are going to be finishing what's left of Act 2 and completing all of Act 3. Now, last time we got blocked by Nahida's story quest getting in the way, which I actually thought that was the end of Part 2, but it turns out it wasn't. So I'm just going to make up for it by playing everything and just finishing everything all in one go. So, without any further ado, hope you guys enjoy the video and don't mind the messy hair for today. You can't look good every day, you know? And, yeah.
Traveler, Paimon, I finally found you.
Don't you feel like there's something off about this year's Academia extravaganza?
Yep.
When Candace and I were at the cafe earlier, we might have caught sight of some mercs on business. Thing is, they were disguised as tourists here to shop.
We eavesdropped on them for a while. Their target seems to be someone called Sachin.
Sachin? He's apparently the sponsor behind the competition prizes and the Diadem of Knowledge, but he hasn't shown himself at all.
Sounds like a rich person, all right. It makes sense now. The Eremites have been struggling to make ends meet recently, so a lot of groups have been doing private work that involves the rich.
The extravaganza has brought many tourists to Sumeru City all at once, so it's likely that they took advantage of the bustle to sneak in. Dia and I wanted to directly capture them, but they were on guard and made some excuse to slip away.
If Sino were here, he'd definitely get involved. Why don't we head over to the Academia and tell him Mantra? Thanks a million, you two.
Should you require our aid, come find us at the cafe.
Yep, and you know what? Since Sino is currently taking his time off, I think this is where Hat Guy comes in.
I've noticed that something's bugging you. Is it the extravaganza? 'Cause Paimon's starting to think that there's more than meets the eye here, too. But thinking like this isn't doing anything. Let's just go find a mantra.
Hello, both. It's been a while. Do you have any issues to report?
Hello, both. Strange greeting.
Since he's got a target on his back now, shouldn't you send some people to protect him?
To tell you the truth, we've thought about doing just that. However, Sachin apparently prefers to spend most of his time out doing field work, and hardly ever comes back to Sumeru City. No one has been able to contact him. Our only lead is something he once said. Each time the Interdarshan Championship is held, I will be watching from close by to choose a suitable person to inherit my estate.
Inherit?
Assuming he remains committed to that promise, then he must be right here in the city somewhere. I suspect that the Eremites in question must have heard about that as well, and decided to come here and try their luck.
So they shouldn't know where Sachin is either, right?
I would assume not. Anyway, Mahamatra Saino is still on vacation, so I'll handle this. If you're interested in Sachin's story, why don't you try tracking him down as well? The sooner we ascertain his whereabouts, the quicker we can act to ensure his safety.
Guess we should start searching for him too, but where should we start?
Do the Matra have any information at all on Sachin?
None, I'm afraid. He's never committed any crimes or broken academic protocol, so we don't have a very detailed file on him. I've heard that Alhaitham has now stepped down from his post as acting Grand Sage and is back to being the scribe again. Maybe it's worth checking to see if he knows anything.
Oh, okay. That's confirmation. We finally got hard confirmation that Alhaitham has stepped down. Alright.
Good idea! Okay, we'll head back to the extravaganza venue and see if we can find him.
Alright. We finally got the confirmation we needed. And here I was scared that Alhaitham would be the acting Grand Sage forever.
Hello? Alhaitham? Are you in? We need your help with something.
Oh, it's you two?
Oh!
Oh, Kaveh, you're home!
Come on in, I'll get the door for you.
Okay. Okay, we got Kaveh this time.
We didn't hear a peep when we first knocked. We thought no one was home.
Well, I can't be too careful. If someone from the Academia came here looking for Alhaitham, and I opened the door for them without thinking, before long the whole city would know that I'm living here.
Oh, right. You gotta pretend you don't live. Oh, that sucks.
Fair enough. So do you know where he is at the moment?
What do you think? Who knows what he does in his free time? All that matters to me is that he's out of the house.
Did you have a core?
I wouldn't call it that. He's just incapable of saying anything pleasant at all. I told him how the second round went. I won the lot draw, remember? Because of good karma, of course. My luck's on the rise.
Oh my god. Al-Haytham, bro?
But him, being him... Oh, you wouldn't believe what he said after I was done talking! You're always quick to remind me that you're my upperclassman, and yet you do not problem solve in the manner becoming of an upperclassman. This begs the question of why we attach prestige to seniority at all. What does he mean, manner becoming of an upperclassman? What, am I supposed to earn the title of upperclassman now? And he didn't stop there. He said,
Wow, that's some great acting though, Kaveh.
I'd encourage you to reflect on why you've ended up having to rely on luck every round. Frankly, it's incomprehensible to me how you've managed to make it to this age without acknowledging the proverbial elephant in the room of your life.
Oh my god. That is so like him. But throughout this entire like stream or recording, I guess, throughout this entire playthrough, I've pretty much been saying the same thing, so I can't really complain here.
Yeah, that does sound like something Al-Haytham would say.
I've had it with him. Every time I talk to him, it's the same way. He finds a way to infuriate me every single time. Anyway, the disdain is very much mutual between us, so I'll be moving out as soon as possible.
Wait, you're moving out already? But the competition isn't even over yet. How can you afford it?
Well, obviously I can't just yet. I'm just packing early to get ahead of the game. I've got my new place picked out already. The moment I have my hands on the prize money, I'm going to buy it and move my things right in. It'll take me 3 days tops to move out of here for good.
Okay.
Well, we'll be rooting for you. But are you sure you'll be all right?
In what way?
Layla said that she thinks you'll get caught up in internal conflict.
Meaning what exactly? Oh, don't tell me you think I have serious personality flaws too.
Oh, Kaveh, bro, what do you mean? You can't tell me you're perfect, man. Even Al-Haytham would admit that he has flaws to himself. I mean, at this point, it's kind of an open secret. Everyone knows this about you.
Oh, we didn't say that. But think about it. You say you want to win, but you also turned Faruzan down when she offered to give you her points. Plus, you took it upon yourself to help those desert foxes.
Yeah, Paimon. You tell him. Tell him what I've been thinking throughout this entire playthrough.
Wait, what's so unusual about all that? I gave you my reasons. I would have felt guilty otherwise. Where's the conflict in that?
Why would you feel guilty?
Well, when you put it like that, yes, why indeed? It's a good question. I guess it's just in my nature. Plus, if I just did nothing, then there'd be no escaping the blame if something bad came of it later down the line.
Oh my god, is this the Kaveh character arc? Are we gonna keep going with the Kaveh character arc? At this rate, he doesn't even need a story quest, bro.
But thinking like that all the time must make your life so exhausting. Not to mention that by helping out, you put yourself at risk. Fainting in the middle of the desert, for example. Was that really worth it?
It's complicated. Look, let's maybe leave this conversation for another time. What was it you needed Al-Haytham's help with, anyway?
Oh my god, Kaveh, bro. When we have that hangout, okay? When we have that hangout and explore your character more, we better be addressing this shit. We better be expanding more on your personality flaws. Because, man, you just really gotta feel bad for the guy at this point, you know?
Sachin. Huh. He did actually mention a Sachin recently. I remember he brought a few documents home that day. He was thinking out loud as he looked through them, making some notes and doodling as he went. He even suggested that I should take a look, but I didn't. Give me a moment. Let me go find them. Ah, this is the one. Here, take it.
You sure he'd be okay with this?
He doesn't leave documents lying around unless he's okay with other people reading them. It's fine, I promise.
Cool, if you say so. Okay, let's see what he's got on Sachin.
Sachin was born to a wealthy family. His father, Rajput, was a...
A few moments later.
Well, I've read through this whole thing, and the bottom part about where he has disappeared for 20 years leads me to believe that he's actually the ghost. Aside from that, not sure. I think I'll let the quest show me the way.
That was a lot of information. Paimon's getting a headache. So, to sum up, Sachin put the academia in charge of managing his estate and went off to do research, right?
Ah, Paimon. What a useful summary companion. Here to just summarize it just in case we didn't read the thing at all.
He even said that if he really liked one of the contestants, he wouldn't just give them a reward, but his entire estate as well. Oh, that must be worth heaps and heaps of Mora.
What? Are you serious?
Oh, Kaveh? Kaveh?
All of Sachin's wealth, that's more than I could spend in a lifetime, surely. Heck, if I got chosen, I'd be able to pay off all my debts, then buy a new place, and still have cash to burn. I could build another Palace of Alcazar's Array, except this time, I'd make it 10 times bigger.
Stop. Kaveh. Stop. Okay? The Palace of Alcazar's Array is the reason why you're in the situation in the first place. Don't do this to yourself, man.
Hey, snap out of it! You're getting way ahead of yourself there, mister.
You're right. First, I need to focus on winning and moving out of this place.
Huh? Wait a moment. There's a loose slip of paper tucked in between these pages. Did Alhaitham write this? It looks like he was jotting ideas down as he was thinking things over. Let's see. Two phrases have been circled. Sachin, dead or alive, unknown, and diadem of knowledge.
Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. That's a rough translation anyway. I can't guarantee it's 100% accurate. There's another smaller line of text underneath. Why would he bring that up?
So, any idea what Alhaitham meant by all this?
Who knows? The way his mind works is one of the great mysteries of the world.
Fair enough. Well, guess we've learned all we can here.
Let's hope Arav's made some progress, yeah?
Yeah, he better catch those crooks. But until then, let's just head out for a stroll.
Alright, things are starting to tie together. The Eremites, the inside job, the suspected kidnapping, his disappearance, the diadem of knowledge, the ghost, like, things are starting to come together.
Little decisions. What could have been going through his mind when he wrote that?
But not only that, Alhaitham is completely unaccounted for. We don't know what he's doing right now. But I have a feeling we'll find out very soon. Alright guys, Arav's got something for us. Let's see what happens. We're in Act 3 now. This is the final stretch.
Time to go.
You're here. Sorry, I was just about to send someone to inform you. I only just finished interrogating the suspects.
What did you find out?
Well, lots of unexpected details, let's put it that way. The mercs themselves were surprisingly easy to catch. We just had someone dress up as Sachin and they took the bait. But then it starts to get messy. During the interrogation, we learned that they were hired by Sachin's own child.
Ooh, plot twist.
What? Why would someone want to kidnap their own father? What's up with that?
Well, he has been gone for 20 years, right?
It's anybody's guess at this point. In any event, apparently the guys we caught are just the tip of the iceberg. Most of them are still snooping around outside the city. We're diverting manpower as we speak to try and round them all up. Would you like to come along?
Sure. Let's go get to the bottom of all of it.
Okay. Well, guys, looks like the competition's taken a little detour. We're not going to find out who's going to win the championship just yet, which is mostly what I care about. Oh my god. Is it Hat Guy? I bet this is Hat Guy. Hat Guy's responsible for this.
Boss, we got more company.
Alright.
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong people here. You want the real culprit? It's this guy. He hired us to kidnap Sachin.
What happened? Who beat you all up?
Wait, you mean you aren't with them?
With who? Who did this?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just started throwing punches. After that, some guy wearing green came along and interrogated us for a bit.
Wait. Flying brat? That has to be Hat Guy, yo. Hat Guy came and did this. It's Hat Guy. I was confirmed correct.
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this whole plot. Jawani, Sachin's son. If you have any questions for him, now's your chance to ask them. When you're done, I'm arresting them all and taking them back to the academia for further interrogation.
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left to go and live a carefree life, not giving a second thought for my welfare.
Oh. This man's got daddy issues. Valid.
As if that's not bad enough already, he went and put his entire fortune in the care of the academia, along with a contract saying that one day he'd pass it all on to a genius he admired. That's my inheritance. By rights. You expect me to sit back and watch it go to someone else? If he won't give me what's mine, I'll just have to take it from him.
Were you seriously planning to...
Of course! Didn't he say he would be here somewhere, watching the championship from the shadows? So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. And if the academia doesn't agree to hand over the goods, I make him publicly announce that I'm his chosen genius.
So did you find him?
No. The old fart knows how to stay hidden. I'll give him that. He's probably cooped up somewhere watching all this go on and laughing to himself. I already thought he'd gone mad 20 years ago. And who knows what a madman's truly capable of.
What do you know about Diadem of Knowledge?
Diadem of Knowledge? You mean that thing he donated to the academia? Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive. He sold a lot of assets to purchase it back in the day. Weird things started happening after he brought it home, too. For example, sometimes we'd hear a high-pitched voice coming from the storage room.
Oh, okay. That ghost voice we heard at the beginning.
Also, before donating it to the academia, he once shut himself in that same storeroom and researched it non-stop for days. Something was already seriously wrong with him by that point. Nothing he did shocked me.
What do you mean, something wrong with him?
I only have a vague memory of it, since I was very young at the time. But I have the impression that he went out into the desert for research and didn't return for many years. When he finally did return, he was a changed person. He would mumble incomprehensibly and write essays day and night. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Later, he went out somewhere and took his written essays with him. When he got back, he signed his contract with the academia. Part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by that point. Perhaps the man we called Sachin was a demon from the desert who was wearing his skin.
Okay, you can stop now. You're creeping Paimon out.
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. But if you do see Sachin, tell him this for me. Whatever it is that he's researching out there, he'll always be garbage in my eyes.
You finished? In that case, come with us. Well, we finally caught the guy behind all this. Thanks for providing us with the critical information. Do you still have any lingering concerns?
The Diadem of Knowledge.
Yeah, Al-Haytham's notes do mention that item.
Scribe Al-Haytham looked into this matter. Understood. Well, if you believe there to be an issue with the diadem, I'd suggest contacting the organizers and getting them to pause the competitions while we investigate.
That makes sense. Okay then, let's get back to the venue. We need to tell Karina what's going on.
Okay, the Eremite plot is wrapped up already here. I suppose then the bigger mystery is, first off, the Diadem of Knowledge, and then, who was that guy, who was that Who was the so-called green guy? Was it all Hytham? Hytham's outfit isn't that green. It's like a little bit of black and gray. Also, I kind of want to confirm the Wanderer's motives. Was he really just here to bust up that group trying to... Was he really just here trying to sabotage that guy?
Karina!
You're finally back. Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you. The third round's already started.
We were out capturing some bad guys who wanted to kidnap Sachin. But that's not important right now. We think there might be something wrong with the Diadem of Knowledge, and we'd like to investigate it.
The diadem? That seems unlikely. The Diadem of Knowledge has been used in every extravaganza over the last 2 decades, always without incident. Why has this come up now?
Some new information has come to light?
This is pretty serious. Let me think. Okay, here's the situation. The diadem is currently in Mount Ima Forest. We moved it there before the third round began. In the third round, contestants have to go into Mount Ima Forest, find the diadem, bring it back, and place it on the stand. The first person to do this gets 4 points.
The first person? Wait, what? The first person? Okay, what about... Okay, let's just keep going.
Considering how close the scores are between our contestants, whoever wins this round is very likely to be the winner of the whole competition.
So it's just first place, no second place, no third place points?
As such, I suspect competition to be very fierce. You might not make it in time.
We have to give it a shot.
I'll mark the diadem's location for you. Please head there immediately. Let's hope nothing happens.
All right, let's go. That's weird. The locator stopped working. Is the forest interfering with it? Ugh. Let's just go grab the diadem.
Okay. This is going to be... Something's gonna go down here, I have a feeling. Wasn't there that cutscene of, like, Hat Guy fighting one of the other contestants? Like, I think... Who was it? Sino? So... They have to have a reason for fighting, right? Oh, man. We're missing out on this round.
Time to go.
To be honest, I kind of wanted this event to just be exclusively about the competition.
Oh, looks like Layla has seized the diadem.
Oh,
But
Layla.
getting to the goal won't be easy.
Okay. Okay. It's actually a free-for-all to get the diadem. It's like capture the flag.
Enters the fray.
Come on, Sino. There's no way Hat Guy's gonna win though. If he gets 4 points, he'll still end up being tied with Layla and Sino.
Horizon's device has gone haywire.
The competition is heating up. Oh,
Oh my
and
god.
here's Kaveh bringing up the rear.
Oh, Hytham, why did you only start talking when Kaveh showed up? Alright. Oh no! Kaveh never lucky.
It's Kaveh's toolbox!
Oh wait.
Throwing the diadem to its owner!
Kaveh? Kaveh? Oh my god. Oh my god, this is actually happening. Oh wait, no.
Yes, that's right. Put the diadem in place, and you shall gain all you desire.
Who are you? I need you to get out of my head!
I am confident that you will not disappoint me.
Is Kaveh the chosen one? Is he the one who will inherit the fortune?
What just happened to me?
Oh my god.
Something's wrong.
Come on, Kaveh, just put it up. We can deal with the curse later. Yeah, let's go. Okay, it's that guy. Did Kaveh actually win this?
At long last, someone to inherit my estate, and with it, my research.
Kaveh, bro? This isn't real, right? Is this actually happening right now?
Come, Kaveh. Come to me, my child.
How do you know my name? Who are you?
I am Sachin. Well, to be precise, I am but a fragment of Sachin's mind. Fate is a curious thing. Seeing you reminds me of another I once met. But you are made of sterner stuff than he. More cognizant of the trials and tribulations of this world. We meet for the first time, children.
Oh, whoops.
But what I mean to say now is of utmost importance. So please, pay attention and bear witness.
Sorry guys, my mouse accidentally clicked and I accidentally skipped that dialogue, so my bad.
You have all performed outstandingly in this Interdarshan Championship. The Academia has many rare talents among its ranks, and you are the creme of the creme. But if I were to choose a successor, I would choose you, Kaveh. Not only because you were victorious, but also due to our similarities in character.
Oh my god. Kaveh is like literally an anime protagonist right now. This is not just his character arc. This is his main character arc.
Me? Similar to you?
Why, yes. Both of us have the misfortune to be idealists. And that is the source of our misery. 28 years ago, I came to the desert and lived there for 8 full years. What do you think I saw there? Alas, endless strife and slaughter. Conflict over water sources. Robbing of merchant caravans. Exploitation of the people relentlessly, day after day. Beyond the wall of Samiel lay a completely different world from the one I knew.
You know, I just noticed something earlier. Both Al-Haytham and Nilu's eyes were following Sachin, so I suppose everyone can listen to what he's saying right now.
The things I witnessed there tormented me greatly. I wished desperately to find a way to save them.
Yep.
So, did you find a way?
Yep, Nilu was looking at him just now.
As a Vahumana scholar, I tried to use Vahumana knowledge to find the answer. I researched history and anthropology, performed countless experiments on human nature, and even sought out the scholars living deep in the desert who called themselves the Lost Darshan. But in the end, I found that the answer I sought simply did not exist. It was not possible to simply assign blame for these transgressions to any one party, for the sins are carved into humanity's very nature. Our nature begets conflict, and conflict begets destruction. This is the inexorable truth.
So that's what he was talking about earlier. This is more context added to what he said in Act 1.
The aim of my research was to draw lessons from history. But what I discovered was that history offers no such guidance. Things can only ever go from bad to worse.
Yep, they can hear him all right.
After this realization, I could no longer see the meaning in anything that I had ever learned. Consumed by an overwhelming sense of emptiness, I could no longer bear to face life. And so, I decided to bring my life to an end. But before I went through with it, a strange twist of fate led me to come into the possession of this diadem, which has the ability to preserve part of one's consciousness. Into it, I placed my experiences before requesting that the Academia manage my estate.
Oh my god, bro. But I still have to say, though, you abandoned your son. Okay? Okay, there's one thing I want to say about his son, there's one thing I want to say about his son that I wasn't able to say earlier. He's a bad guy. He got arrested. Sure. He also didn't really need the money too, because he had enough money to hire those mercenary guys when he could have been living comfortably anyways, right? But dude, Sachin, you had a son, bro. Your son hates you now because you left him behind. And you didn't say anything to him either. You just kind of disappeared without saying anything. He probably still thinks, like, nobody knows you're dead. Your son still thinks you're alive. You just disappeared without saying anything. Like, bro. It's kind of like you were depressed, I get it. But you still had responsibilities to uphold. And, oh man. Yeah, you guys get what I'm saying at this point, so I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just continue. You know what I'm trying to say. The guy, like, fell into despair, and then he became a terrible father as a result, you know?
As I thought. The contract you signed with the Academia was in essence your will. But if you'd given up hope on this world, why did you feel the need to do this?
I mentioned that I had performed a great many experiments concerning human nature. You may regard this as the very last experiment of them all. The Academia has no shortage of genius talents, nurturing the brightest minds of every generation. And so, with a handsome reward to draw out the worthiest of individuals, my hope was that one day, I would find one who could untangle the mystery of human nature once and for all, and help to move the world onto a better path.
I see. So you desired a successor who was not only a genius, but who also understood the suffering of ordinary people. Such a person would have a clearer understanding of humanity, society, and the world.
Huh?
But did you ever consider that wealth numbs the human heart to the pain in the world? Even an idealist may be incapable of following through on your wishes after inheriting your wealth.
You are highly intelligent. Yet you are not the sort of person who would understand my line of thinking. To me, this is also part of the experiment. Part of my investigation into human nature. Whether my successor suffers as a consequence of my research, or succumbs to an indulgence in pleasure-seeking, my research will have progressed. I grieve the fundamental sickness of the world. I regret the unbearable weight of its history. And I lament the research that I failed to complete.
But you're saying whether your successor falls into indulgence or whether good or bad things happen, that's still a part of your experiment? But you're dead! Like, is your consciousness just gonna stick around forever? Like, are you going to post the results of your experiment and, like, try to expand people's understanding or something? There's something I'm not quite getting here. It's just a little confusing.
And this, Kaveh, my dear child, is why you will be of great utility to me.
Oh my god. Kaveh is the child of prophecy, guys. Kaveh's the main character. To make up for the fact that he was, like, not around during the Sumeru Archon quest, this guy gets his own character. This guy gets to be the main character of this show.
You're absolutely certain that you want to give me everything you owned? For me to do with as I please?
I have faith in what I see in you. Now wear the diadem, Kaveh, and complete the journey that I could not.
Kaveh's the winner.
Will the verdict I reached cause you suffering? Or will this newfound wealth numb your heart? I look forward to your answer. All of my research materials are being stored at our...
Huh?
I've heard enough! My life's enough of a mess already. The last thing I need is more suffering. Keep your Mora. I don't need it. Didn't you say that you saw a lot of people in pain? Well, if that's the case, then your wealth can go to them. I guess that'll be the end of that.
Okay. Okay. They are really... Wow. And this is just an event, guys. This is just an event. Like, they could have, like, branded it as a Kaveh story quest. They could have taken this plot line and, like, reorganized it into, like, a story quest, like, plot line. But this is an event. Oh my god. This is like some top quality content that's being used in the wrong place.
Kaveh.
Oh man.
Are you all right? Any physical discomfort?
I'm fine. Thanks, Tainari. Don't worry about me.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Kaveh.
Kaveh may have broken the diadem, but he successfully completed the task prior to that. According to the rules, this makes him the victor of round 3. Points-wise, this also makes him the winner of the Interdarshan Championship.
Oh, that's official. Yo, drop the sound clip. Kaveh has officially... Kaveh's the championship. Wow, I didn't think... We didn't see a lot of build-up leading to it in the 3rd round, but... Wow. Bravo, man. Bravo. He did it. Okay. I'm okay with this. Okay, I've been shitting on this guy for his questionable decision-making, but it's all a part of the writing. It's all a part of the story narrative.
As the champion and Sachin's personally designated successor, Kaveh has obtained the rights to inherit the entirety of his estate. For the avoidance of doubt, can you confirm that it is your intention to donate all of Sachin's wealth?
Like I said, he thought that the world is a bad place. Well then, let's use what he left behind to change it for the better.
Okay, like legit? Like legit? Unfortunately, because this is an event, like actual canonical story, permanent like Genshin story material, very rarely references events, right? And we're getting this situation once again. This is something I'm really annoyed about. Like, the further on they go with this is something that really should have been made into a permanent like story content. It should have been either made into a hangout, or more like a story quest would have like suited this perfectly. Unfortunately, it's not. So people who won't play this event, like, again, this is usually my problem with these events. They're so good, but like, it's practically filler because they end up being limited access, and after they're gone, like, pretty much no one can see it. I mean, unless they go on YouTube, but then like, story can't just pretend like the game itself can't just pretend that, oh yeah, this happened back then at this time, and then nobody will know what they're talking about who hasn't played the event for themselves.
Rejecting the world will achieve nothing. He and I, we're not the same.
All right. As the scribe, I will make a record of this incident on file. The sages will contact you in person for details on how exactly Sachin's estate is to be used.
That sounds fine. I don't know if his research findings were right, nor would I know how to finish his research for him.
Man, but Kaveh, I still want you to move out and not be in debt and live in your own home, bro. Okay. Okay, so one thing I want to say to this is that, like, okay, if you want to end suffering, okay, debt is still a pretty big form of suffering, alright? Living with Al-Haytham must be suffering for you. So, please do yourself a favor and pay off your debts and move into your own home. I don't think that will happen because the way things are going, I mean, Kaveh's not that kind of person, it doesn't seem like. But come on. You gotta treat yourself kindly too, because you're like your own person and you matter just as much as everyone else who's suffering. Your suffering is not less than someone else's suffering just because you're not being selfish for putting putting yourself first. Because at the end of the day, whether you use that money to help yourself or to help someone else, it's still one less person who's suffering, right?
But what I do know is that by ending this here, no contestants will have to suffer. We won't be the last. There will be more championships to come, and countless future scholars will follow in our footsteps. Sachin's words can only cause pain, but not anymore. No one else has to hear them now. We're all scholars here. I know full well that shutting down his views like this is autocratic and arrogant. Fine by me. I'll bear that responsibility. It's the least I can do. And, well, it's the only thing I can do.
Well said. What you've expressed is a sense of justice and idealism that many aspire to, but few dare follow through with. I say this despite the fact that, in my view, it's quite ridiculous. You have long been aware of what your flaws are, but your pride alone prevents you from admitting it. Nevertheless, your perspective is well suited to appearing in a victory speech. Contestant Kaveh, on behalf of the organizing committee, it is my honor to congratulate you on your victory.
Oh my god. The nicest, most sincerest thing that Al-Haytham has said to Kaveh all game long.
What? Please. I don't need your insincere praise.
You don't understand Al-Haytham, bro. Kaveh, you really don't get him.
Anyway, this isn't the time or place for debates. Keep your commentary focused on the competition, not my views.
Congratulations, Kaveh. Also, you'll need to prepare for the award ceremony.
Ah, yes, that's right. When Nilu congratulates him, it's genuine. But when Al-Haytham does the exact same thing, it's insincere. Ah, jeez.
Looks like the ceremony will be held at the main venue. Let's head over and check it out.
Oh my god.
Thank you all for your excellent performance. And that brings this year's Interdarshan Championship to a close.
Oh man, poor
Finally,
Sino.
it gives me great pleasure to invite our champion, Kaveh, to the stage to receive his award.
You're still gonna use the prize money to buy yourself a new house, right? Please tell me you're gonna do that.
Typically at this point, we would crown our champion with the diadem as well as presenting them with their award. However, we have just received word that Kaveh has inherited Sachin's estate and made the decision to donate it all to charitable causes.
Sachin's estate is getting donated?
So much, Mora. And he gave it all up?
Kaveh's generosity will give many struggling families the chance to change their lives for the better. Of course, without the diadem and prize money to present, this makes the award ceremony a little more concise than expected. Would you like to say a few words, Kaveh? I'm sure many of our audience, like myself, are curious to learn why you decided to give all this wealth away.
I'm not entirely sure what I should say under these circumstances. I'm glad to have won, even though I'd say luck played a big part in that. As for why I want to give the Mora away, I don't support Sachin's views, and I don't want to take his Mora. With a lot of things in life, people need to experience them for themselves. It shouldn't be up to one person to make a judgment on. Not him, and not me either. Anyway, this isn't really the time and place for such weighty and complicated topics. So, I guess that's all. I'll leave it there. Thanks very much.
Oh, Kaveh, just one moment. While this is a short and sweet award ceremony, we do still have a prize to present you with. Please take this limited edition Genius Invocation TCG card.
Kaveh! You donated your estate. What's one more donation, man? What's one more donation? Come on. Come on. What's one more donation? Oh my god. Do our boy justice.
Additionally, your champion status will be logged in your record. This means that the Sages will give priority consideration to any future project proposals you submit.
All right, I'll take the card. But as for project proposals, forget it.
In that case, I declare the award ceremony over. Let's give our champion Kaveh one last big round of applause.
Glad that's over. I think I'm quite good at giving speeches, but this one was just so tiring.
Do you mean that you're still exhausted from the competition? Honestly, you don't look happy at all, but whatever else happened, you're the champion, you know? Don't you think you should be proud of that?
I suppose. Oh, wait.
Yeah!
He said he wanted the card, didn't he? And now I have it, right here.
Oh.
So you're gonna give it to him? But if it's a rare one, you should be able to make a tidy sum of more off it.
Okay, just have Sino buy it off of you. It's okay. You can offer him a discount. Come on. Kaveh.
Why would I do that? It's of no use to me whatsoever. I may as well just give it to him.
Okay, fine.
Could you pass it on to him for me when you next see him?
Okay, fine. All right. Sino's won. Sino's the real winner of this competition. Sino is the true winner.
Whoa, this is a super big deal. You should do it yourself. Come on, let's go find Sino.
Huh? But I was gonna rest for a while longer. Hey, stop pulling my hair!
What? Who did that? Did the Traveler really just pull on his hair?
What you looking at, Sino?
I'm still thinking about the Sachin issue. What brings you here?
Well, they gave me this limited edition Genius Invocation card, and I figured you'd have more use for it than I.
But it's a limited edition. Are you sure you want to give it to me?
What else would I do with it? I have no use for it.
But it's limited edition. Kaveh, are you in trouble? You don't have to do all this. Just tell me what's wrong and I will help.
Oh, that's not what I meant at all.
Oh my god.
Yes, I have all sorts of problems, but that has absolutely nothing to do with this card. I'll figure my own issues out by myself.
All right. In that case, I accept your generosity. But now that I realize that you have no concept of its value, I cannot simply take it from you. How about this? I shall buy it from you at a fair price. Namely, the price that the previous limited edition card sold for.
Oh, come on. It's just one card. How much could it really be worth?
1 million more at the very least.
Huh? How much?
1 million more?
If you feel that's too low, I can go a little higher.
1 million more for a card? But you already have a whole bunch of these...
Oh my god.
Shiny ones, don't you? I saw your deck last time we played.
Sino's a whale, guys. Sino's a whale. Oh my god. He wails for Genius Invocation TCG. Like people wail for waifus in Genshin. Oh my god.
Not every card is this valuable, and some cards are exquisitely designed, but not rare.
Huh. Well, I guess they must pay you plenty to be General Mahamatra if you're splashing out on things like this.
He's got a deck worth millions of Mora. He has a bunch of cards worth more than people make in their entire lives.
But really, it's fine. I'd feel bad taking Mora from a friend.
Don't feel bad. I save a lot. I can spare the Mora for this card.
You don't spend all your savings on your hobbies, do you? You should watch that, you know. You definitely don't want to end up borrowing money in a moment of impulsivity. Living with debt is miserable.
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience. I guess you've been through a lot?
I don't want to talk about it.
In that case, maybe you're the one who should be listening to your advice. In any case, I, Sino, will take this precious card, and it shall join the deck of destiny. Kaveh, come with me in a few moments to collect the Mora. Thanks to you, I have achieved my goal for participating in this tournament.
Sino is the true winner. Oh man, let us give a round of applause for this guy. Let us give a round of applause for the General Mahamatra. He may have lost, but he has won everyone's hearts.
All right, if you insist. Far be it from me to refuse your courtesy any further. Well, at least I'll be able to keep on top of my bills this month. Maybe I'll even have some left over. In fact, let me treat you all to a meal later. Bring Tainari and Kale, too.
Well, this is what they call all's well that ends well. are doing. Let's go check in with them, shall we? Since we're guest commentators and all.
I'm telling you, you can't go wrong taking advice from me on what to wear. Back in the day, my fashion style was considered cutting edge by everyone in the academia.
Really? Well, then, sure, Madame Farzan. Maybe you could pick out a few fashionable outfits for us.
Farzan! Nilu! Even Dia and Candace are here! What are you all up to?
Candace and I bumped into these two while we were strolling through the streets. Madame Farzan here's pretty friendly. When she heard that we were buying clothes, she decided to give us some help.
I don't really see anything I'm familiar with. Never mind. We can purchase some textiles and make the clothes ourselves. Let's go with the plain fabric as our base. And embroider red and pink flowers on. Oh, and some green leaves.
Oh, wait a sec. You sure that's the latest style? That sounds a lot like what the older folks back home would wear.
Don't worry. This style is a timeless classic.
No thanks. This is actually sounding pretty weird.
Oh, no.
Wait. Madame Farzan's right. That style is a classic and used to be mainstream fashion. But these days, there's some other options too. If you don't mind, how about I pick some clothes out for everyone? It's not often that we get to meet up, especially since Candace rarely makes it to Sumeru City. Also, I know a few places where I can get a great bargain.
Sure. I'm happy to leave it to you.
I'll come with you to have a look. One always has to keep on top of what the youth of today are into.
Madame Farazan? Come quick, she's over here.
What?
Who are you?
We're new in the academia. We saw all the amazing things you did during the competition. Do you have any classes we could sign up for?
Oh, everyone's getting what they want. Okay. Tainari already got, like, the biology, like, lecture. He's already got people interested in his biology lectures. Then we had Sino, who got his Geniusification TCG card. Now we have Faruzan, who has more people applying to be their student.
Of course I do. And you're both very welcome to join.
So that leaves us with... Layla and Hat Guy. I'm interested in seeing what Hat Guy has to say.
That's great! We can't wait. What's your area of research? Precision mechanics?
I'm from Haravatat.
Huh? But you seem like an expert in machines. Wait, sorry. I remember now. You were representing the Haravatat Darshan in the championship. Oh, their classes are so boring, though. I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me know if you run any other classes in the future. I'll be there.
Okay.
I knew it. What about you? Aren't you going to leave with your friend?
I think you're amazing, Madame Farazan. And I'd like to learn from you for a while, if possible. I can take the class you're teaching as an option, even though cross-Darshan lessons might be a little tough to arrange. But I look forward to learning from you.
I see. You're a good egg, child. Don't worry. Study under me, and I promise you, you will get the best teaching available.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, I won't disturb you any further. See you in class.
I don't quite understand what happened there, but congratulations, I think.
Traveler, Paimon, would you two like to come and pick out some clothes?
Sorry, we can't.
Oh my
We've got
God.
to meet with Kaveh later, and we have to check in with all the other contestants before then. Oh, by the way, have any of you seen Hat Guy or Layla?
I don't know where Hat Guy went. We just saw Layla not too long ago, though. But she was hanging out with some other Ratahoa students, so we didn't get a chance to speak with her. Are you gonna go and see what she's up to?
Ratahoa students? They must be the ones who voted for her to enter the competition, right? Oh, she didn't end up winning, so Paimon wonders how they feel about that. Let's go take a peek.
Alright.
If you don't come to Sumeru City often, classic floral designs aren't a bad choice. Those don't really go out of style. And of course, since you're putting this on your body, you need to consider the type of fabric the clothes are made from. Some materials might look stunning, but they can be terribly uncomfortable to wear.
Agreed. After all, is fashion not the constant phasing in and out of classics? In that sense, you could always consider the style I suggested too.
Wait, sorry, ma'am, but I think it could be quite a while before the style you recommended comes back in fashion.
I actually think the style recommended by Madame Faruzan is quite beautiful.
Isn't it just? You have a discerning eye, my dear.
Oh, jeez. Once again, the Traveler refuses. Once again, the Traveler refuses to engage in getting new outfits for themselves. First it was Ayaka, now it's these guys. They just don't want to make a new Traveler skin with new outfits. Like, why? Like, every single time there's a convenient opportunity where the Traveler has, like, the chance to, like, buy some clothes or try out some new outfits.
Time to go.
There's always some excuse where she turns them down.
I'm sorry, everyone. I could have done better in the 3rd round.
Oh, stop it. If you're going to beat yourself up after doing as well as you did, how bad does that make us look, huh? Heck, it's not like any of us had the guts to enter the championship.
I didn't see the whole thing, but you were the only contestant who scored points in both the first 2 rounds, right? And I heard that you actually found the diadem first in round 3. You came so close to winning the competition.
Aw, I just got lucky, I think.
That can't be true. You had some really stiff competition out there. The renowned Tainari from Amorta, even Sino the General Mahamatra was there. You're amazing, all of you. Getting points off them is a huge achievement. The way I see it, people aren't exaggerating one bit with the nicknames they give you. You are a genuine genius.
Aw, thanks a lot. But I really don't think I qualify as a genius. In the 2nd round, for instance, I dozed off and somehow found myself beside the device when I came to.
Oh my god, you don't know about Sleeping Layla.
Ah, come on, don't be so hard on yourself. We've decided we're taking you out to celebrate and that's final. Let's go. Cheer up, Layla. The rest of today's all about you.
Looks like things are going well for Layla. This is great.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Hat Guy since the end of the competition. Oh well, it's almost mealtime. We'd better go meet up with Kaveh and Sino now.
I can't believe it. But in the end, no one was disappointed in me. What a relief. Finally, I can get some good sleep.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, Layla finished in tied with 2nd place. I think it's Kaveh with 6 points, and then Sino and Layla with 4 points, and then Faruzan with 2 points, and then Hat Guy with 0.
Time to go.
Oh yeah, and Tignari with 4. No, Tignari had 3 points, right. So Layla was tied for 2nd place. So Layla managed to outplay 3 other contestants, which, yeah, it's something to be proud of.
Are you sure you have enough to cover this? Don't blow it all at once.
Don't worry. I budgeted very carefully, and this is well within my means. Anyway, I've lost count of how many times you've treated me. It's high time I return the favor. Oh, Traveler, Paimon, over here.
Ooh, look at all this. Good food, here we come!
I heard that you went to see the other contestants. How's everyone doing?
Faruzan found herself a student, and Layla's classmates are bowled over by how well she did. We couldn't find Hat Guy, though. Who knows where he's gone?
Al-Haytham's gone missing in action, too. The one time I'm actually in a good enough mood to treat him to a nice meal, he disappears without a trace. That guy. Where the heck could he have gone? I still have questions about that note he left. Well, whatever. He can do what he wants. Now, let's eat.
You shocked me a little when you hurled the diadem to the ground. On further reflection, of course, it made sense, but at the time I was expecting at least some amount of deliberation.
Sachin's voice started talking to me inside my head from the moment I picked it up. I could feel his emotions, too. It was a mix of despair and horror swirling around inside my mind. He bombarded me with his ideas relentlessly. Like he was trying to brainwash me. It gave me a splitting headache that only got worse as he went on. Like I was saying at the time, his views are not necessarily completely without value. But if all his research does is lead to misfortune, then we're probably better off without it.
If his forbidden research were to spread in a harmful form and cause people to suffer, the Matra would step in and ban it.
I think you did the right thing. I suppose another way to approach it would have been to claim that you agreed to inherit his research, but give up the research as soon as you've inherited the wealth. But that wouldn't have been your style. I won't comment on his theories or experiments, but I don't believe that he was careless in his choice of candidate. He chose you. That means he knew what he was doing.
Perhaps. I just think that if you accept someone else's things, you should honor their wishes.
That's a good thing. It means that you have integrity.
Thank you, oh my god, thank you. See, you get me, Kaveh.
Oh, man.
It's a good thing Al-Haytham isn't here right now. He'd be quick to explain why you're wrong.
Seems like you always include him in the conversation, even when he isn't here.
Oh. They don't know. Kaveh, you don't want anyone to find out that you're living together with Al-Haytham and basically talk to him on a daily basis? But you still... You're still insistent on name-dropping him every single time.
Yep. No dinner with Kaveh is complete without a few words about Al-Haytham.
I sense that Al-Haytham has in fact been here with us all along.
He's here? Where? Why didn't you tell me?
He lives rent-free in each of our hearts.
Definitely Kaveh's.
That was horrifying. It literally sent chills down my spine.
Just imagine Al-Haytham just like stopping by, be like, "Hey, yo, I heard there was a dinner here."
Good thing you didn't say that before we started eating. That would have killed the mood in a heartbeat.
All right, enough about Al-Haytham. Tighnari, did you achieve what you wanted out of the championship?
I did. In the first round, in fact. Word of mouth proved very effective. I spoke to a handful of people, they told their friends, and so on. Now, a record number of people have signed up to attend the next lecture. Oh, are you free next month? You should come along. Maybe even say a few words.
About what? I don't know the first thing about anything Amorta-related.
Just play to your strengths. For instance, you could talk about the distinguishing features of rainforest architecture. Or ask everyone not to chop down too many trees the next time they're building a house.
Oh, well, that's no problem. Sure, I'll make time.
Oh, let's go. I like that.
Has everyone had enough to eat? I can order more if anyone's still hungry.
I'm full. Bang, I'm super full, too. If only we could eat like this every day.
Yeah, we should do this more often. Work will always be there, but seeing friends is important, too. This is a good restaurant. Let's definitely come here again.
Sounds good. We should pick a few other places as backup options, though.
There are other good places around here, too? Oh, and don't forget to invite us if you go. There's nothing we love more than good food.
All right, I think...
Do you have plans after this?
I was thinking of maybe going to the academia for some alone time. Nothing set in stone, though. Why do you ask?
Since everyone is free, why don't we play a few matches of Genius Invocation TCG?
Eager to show off your new limited edition card, are you?
Not to show off. This is my way of thanking you for your help. Only my best friend will have the honor of seeing this card's debut play.
All right, sure. I didn't bring my deck with me, though, so I'll need to borrow one.
Actually, Master, I made a new one a few days back.
Don't tell me you've been spending all your study hours playing cards.
Come on, no need to be so stern. They do say that your innate interests are your best teacher, don't they?
Kaveh and Kaveh get each other. They understand each other. Now there is only one person left unaccounted for, and that's Hat Guy. I'm just gonna call him Hat Guy every single future quest from now on. Hat Guy.
Well, it looks like this Interdarshan Championship's a wrap. All that stuff with Sachin and the diadem got sorted too.
Sachin's research.
Oh, right! Yeah, Sachin said that he placed his research materials at somewhere beginning with but Kaveh smashed the diadem of knowledge before he could finish. It might be dangerous if someone finds his old research stash, right? Where do you think it could be?
Aru Village?
Holy smokes, you're right! He said he spent all that time researching in the desert, didn't he? So it's very possible that that's where he'd leave all his suits. All right then, let's head off to Aru Village and try our luck.
Oh, okay. That's where you've been this whole time, I'll hype him.
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Oh, hey, Thumb. What are you doing here? And what are you reading? Are those?
Sachin's notes? Yes. I came across his profile while I was organizing some documents and became interested in his research. If it wasn't for that, I never would have agreed to being a commentator. I had a hunch after seeing the fragment of his mind, and sure enough, I came here and found his research.
Wait, so you've read it already? Are you alright? How do you feel?
I think you may have misunderstood something. The reason Sachin chose that architect to inherit his research was that only he could really empathize with both the calamity and the humanity that these notes seek to convey. Only one who resonates with these sentiments would suffer and begin to think of history as bleak, the present as perplexing, and the future as pessimistic. Empathy is a double-edged sword. Clearly, I am not the same sort of person as Sachin was. Empaths have many friends, and their wide social circle comes with certain societal advantages. But this also makes it hard for them to achieve their goals.
Why's that?
All important things in life involve other people. As such, it's extremely difficult to live a life that causes no harm whatsoever to others.
Yeah, that's true.
If you really want to achieve your goals, you have to be prepared to make enemies along the way. Not everyone can deal with that reality. And that reality is like the material here. Objective, heavy, negative. But at the end of the day, for all these experiment results and conclusions, it's just one person's perspective, Sachin's.
So, what are your thoughts now that you've read it?
As a scholar, Sachin was without a doubt a genius. He laid the blame for the darkness in the world squarely on humanity, experimented extensively with reliable results, and drew logical conclusions. In that sense, one might say his views were correct.
So, people are bad? And things can only ever get worse? All of that's true?
That is not a question for me to answer. Someone else will arrive shortly. You can ask them instead.
Hat guy.
All I will say is that the world is not built on correctness alone. Sometimes, being correct means nothing at all.
Those words you wrote amongst your notes. What did that line written in ancient script mean?
Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. By their own choice, the idealist seeks to bring happiness to all while denying themselves the same. Thus, they shall never reach even the borders of truth until they wipe away the ignorance that blinds them. I've never been able to agree with certain philosophies. Even Sachin himself struggled to comprehend the notion of sacrificing oneself for the greater good. But sadly, all viewpoints will find their supporters, and the way we see the world largely decides our fates. All right then, I got what I came for. These research materials are yours to look after. I'll be off.
Wait, so you came here just to read this stuff? You missed out on a big get-together, you know.
Get-together? Ah, yes, that makes sense. This is a good opportunity for that sort of thing.
Guess what? Kaveh treated everyone this time.
Then I'm sure he packed up the leftovers for me. See ya.
Oh my god. Did he now?
And there he goes. Well, it seems like he really wasn't affected by this research. He said that someone else would answer our questions. Who do you think that'll be?
Hat guy. Yep, it's Hat guy.
Traveler, Paimon, you're already here.
So the one in green was Nahida this whole time?
Yes, it was me. Are you surprised?
Not really. Because we already heard that you named him Hat Guy.
Did you know that there was something wrong with the diadem from the start? And if so, why didn't you switch it out for another one?
Because Sachin's research is not mistaken. He spent his entire life researching this topic, and these materials are a result of that. These are the crystallization of his wisdom. Yes, I was worried that the material might cause some disruption, but I didn't want to wipe away all his hard work searching for the truth. So instead, I had Hat Guy here help me keep an eye on things.
Seriously? I think you can stop calling me that now.
So you were annoyed this whole time. You were just faking it. Oh, jeez. It doesn't matter, though. You reap what you sow.
Why? Don't you like it?
That's your name now, Hat Guy. You shall now be Hat Guy for all eternity.
Well, anyway, if Sachin's chosen successor hadn't been able to handle his research, or if it had brought pain to more people, he would have intervened at a suitable moment.
And after all that, the person Sachin chose turned his nose up at his life's work. Pretty hilarious.
I was also hoping that this could be an opportunity for you to learn how to interact with people normally. But it looks like that didn't work out.
That wasn't necessary. I'm still paying you back for your help. And the last thing I need is more reasons to be indebted to you.
Nahida, what did you mean by Sachin's research is not mistaken? Does that mean that you approve of his research?
Put it this way instead. Truth to me is like a shroom boar. Some people only see the mushroom on the shroom boar's back, and they conclude that the shroom boar is a mushroom. Others see only the shroom boar's body, and they declare that the shroom boar is a boar. Still others look deeper inside, and determine that the shroom boar is meat. These conclusions are all correct in their own way, but none of them objectively describe the shroom boar.
Paimon kinda gets it, but also not really.
She's trying to say that these like observations made from Sachin's research are true, but at the same time, they're not the only things about humanity that is true. It's presenting a biased, skewed view of human nature through the lens of some very limited experimentation.
The world is the same way. No one, not even I included, can understand it in its entirety. All of us are somewhere on the path toward truth. Within the confines of our limited knowledge, some may blindly believe in the beauty of this world, and others may focus only on its evils. In truth, the most important thing isn't what state the world is in now, but what people hope it will become. But of course, I don't mean that as a criticism or a call to action. Ultimately, my duty as the God of Wisdom is to guide every form of wisdom to a place where it can find its purpose.
That was a long speech. So what are you actually going to do with these research materials?
Because Kaveh, as the successor of this research, does not wish to see these ideas disseminated, I will seal it up. But even though Sachin's research could be considered negative wisdom, it is still a building block of the truth. If someone wishes to follow in his footsteps in the future, I will not stop them. I also look forward to the day that a member of the Vahumana Darshan can not only comprehend his theories, but also find a way out from the despair as well.
Vahumana doesn't have that kind of talent. Wait, you're not intending to keep me in Vahumana long term, are you? I don't remember signing up to become a scholar. Don't you think I'm useful enough to you as a prisoner?
Oh boy, here we go again.
Oh man. Okay. They say that Kaveh and Al-Haytham banter is some of the most entertaining between two characters in the game, but hey, Hat Guy and Nahida isn't too bad either.
You think so? Well, to that, I would say that in Sumeru, even prisoners have a right to an education. I hope that your studies in Vahumana will help you deal with your own fate, and learn how best to settle old debts from your past. I will review your final thesis myself. I'm expecting great things from you, Mr. Hat Guy.
Oh, and that's how it ends. Hat Guy is the Vahumana scholar. Oh my god. That's it. That's the end. It's over. Wait, actually, let's just check. Is it really over? Yeah, the event is over. We probably still have a few, like, side quests, but I think we can end it here. Yeah.